Okay, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Just depends on where you are and when you are tuning into this broadcast. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty. We provide residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. And I'm really excited today. It is the beginning of February, and I'm excited about our guests because I think this is a great way to kick off the month of February. If you didn't know, February represents a lot of things. It is the month of love. February also represents purification, transition, and also Black History Month. So I'm really excited that our guests today are here. You know, when I first noticed them, they exude like this connectedness, this love. They always look like they're so lovey-dovey and that they're connected to each other. And I didn't know them at the time, right? I was like, oh, they are such a cute couple. And Kevin and Michele Armstrong live in New Jersey. And after several years of friendship and noticing that they had similar goals and passions, they got married in June of 2017. They are a blended family, and together they have 7 children and 3 granddaughters. They are very passionate about having a vision for and keeping the fire going in a relationship, and that's very evident in how they relate to one another. You'll also hear them use the term chase your dessert. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on. I just love that catchphrase. It really indicates a lot about them and what they're up to. They are coaching, and they've shown other couples how to plan, prioritize their date nights and other romantic social events at the same time, staying focused on their goals as a couple. They also host a monthly group date nights at various locations throughout the Delaware Valley. Both Kevin and Michele are certified professional relationship coaches, as well as certified vision board workshop facilitators. So I'm really excited to have them as our guests today. Hello, Kevin and Michele.
Hello.
Hi, Clara. How you doing?
How are you?
I am fabulous, fabulous. Trying to stay warm, but other than that, I'm doing great. You guys got through the snowstorm good?
Yeah.
You made it
Yeah.
through? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Is there something else that you want to share about yourselves or about yourselves as a couple?
Sure. We actually have 4 granddaughters.
4 granddaughters. We
That's
got
right.
Oh,
another one.
four.
Yeah.
We got
Oh,
4 granddaughters.
congratulations. Yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you said you met in 20 right before 2017. How did you guys meet?
Wow.
She looks
So,
at she looks at
Which version do you
so
want?
yeah, you want her version or my
I'll
version?
have your version and his version. How about that? We'll do a his and hers.
My version. So we met about 20 something years ago.
Oh wow.
Over 20 years ago, we actually met in church. We were both married with our own children. And I was very close to his family.
Mhm.
Actually served in a church, very close to his family. He relocated, went to North Carolina, went through a divorce, but his children stayed connected. Like they always would come up and they would hang out with my kids. So, yeah. And then years later, I went through a divorce, and his kids were still connected to me. We were always friends. And then we became best friends.
Oh
And
wow.
then I think we kind of reconnected at a wedding where he tripped me and caught me. So I
Oh,
said, which version do you want? He tripped me and caught me, and then yeah, everything just kind of
flow from
went
okay.
from there. Kind of transition.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. What's your version, Kevin?
Uh, Similar, but with some slight differences. So I relocated. Went down to North Carolina. I got divorced. Um, I relocated back up here. And then she happened to get divorced. What really happened was we used to take our kids to Denny's. Because Denny's had a deal where we each paying adult, kids 12 and under would eat for free. So we would go to Denny's all the time for kids to eat free, and other people would go also at first. But then people started dropping off. And then we found similar interests and goals with each other. There was a wedding where she threw herself at my feet. So what happened? I'm there. I'm at the wedding. I'm like, I got a nice cream suit. I got on cream suede shoes, and she almost fall. Like she throws off my feet. So I caught her like, "Oh, like don't fall on my, don't mess up my shoes, man. Not the suede shoes." So I had to start from falling on messing up my shoes. And, but that's really what happened. She threw herself at my feet, and been there since. Really, very basically,
Awesome. So I don't know if I should credit Denny's or if I should credit the suede shoes.
I didn't want her to mess them up, so I had to catch her. I couldn't let her fall on the ground and roll on my shoes and mess up the shoes. So it's hard to get dirt out of suede.
That's very, very true. Well, the outcome is the best part, though. The outcome is the best part. You two are together. You can tell that you are great, great friends, which is really, really important in relationship. And, Financial Fridays is about wealth, right? And one of the things in wealth is emotional wealth. And your love quotient is so very, very powerful. And love is probably the biggest source of wealth that we have, that we connect on. And also being in February, it's like February represents transition. So when you transition to a state of two hearts becoming one, that is just a very powerful and strong bond. So I'm really, really excited that you're here. And we're going to talk a little bit about, finance and couples. So before you guys got married, what would you say is a major difference in terms of how you looked at your finances as a single person versus how you look at it like as a married couple?
So for me, this is actually one of the things that I love about Kevin. And even as my friend, he helped me. Like when we were just, because as I said, we were best friends first. So going through a divorce and being married to somebody that did everything as far as the bills, he was able to, like when I was going through that transition period, he was able to start helping me financially. Because I didn't know anything about credit. I didn't know anything about paying bills by myself. So he was able to like sit down and like, okay, this is this, and this is how you do a budget. And like, actually for me, and I tell him all the time, that's one of the things that I love about you, because I don't have to worry about the finances part. Like he has it. And he, even after being married, there's times where I dread the conversation, but he writes it down. Like he makes sure that I see it and I know what's going on. And he took me from having basically no credit all the way up to having like an 800 credit score at one point.
Well, that's amazing. So, that's great.
So yeah, that's one of his strengths.
Finances are important to discuss. What we've learned is that when you say the word budget, we always ask people, when you hear the word budget, do you think of freedom or restriction?
Wow.
Right. When you say budget, do you feel freedom or restriction? If you feel restriction, it's because you feel like, I won't be able to spend money, you're going to be watching everything. And then versus a person who views it as freedom, because once they get their budget in line, they can achieve financial freedom and being able to have the money for the things they want to do. Yeah. So we break things down. And I broke it down to her. And initially it wasn't easy. It was a lot of headbutting, honestly, to be transparent about it. A lot of headbutting. She was very resistant. I presented a budget, but then I had to go back and I had to rethink. And I kept presenting different budgets to her, but we kept having the same result.
And he also had to use different words too with me.
Yeah.
Like he had to think of words to use where I won't, because I'm like, well, I'm used to doing certain things. There's certain things that I have to do. Like I want to go on vacation. I want to be able to get my hair done. I want to because I work hard, right? Like I feel like I should have these things. So he had to like word it different and then to put it down because he's a visual person so that I can see that, okay, this is, and then with the vision board part, we were able to put, and that was actually our first year together. We actually put up a plan. I think we saved what, almost 20,000. We saved almost 20,000 and purchased our home. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So
it's important. Like I said, it's really important because it taught me I had to not just do it my way. So I had to incorporate her and say, hey, you know what? I kept coming with the idea, but she had no input on it. So it made me look at myself, which was part of the growing and being a couple and learning each other. Okay, she has to be able to have input in it. So I can present a plan. It might be a great plan, but that's my page, and she has her page. But we have to learn how to be on a page. We have to build a page together. So that made me realize that we have to build a page together. And once we sat and we were able to build a budget together and talk about things and write it down on paper and show things, then it was a lot easier.
Yeah, that's really important. I'm glad you guys are bringing this up because a lot of times, one, couples don't talk about finances at all. Either one person or the other um, has more input or more control. And so doing things together and working at it until it is a joint process is really fabulous. It's really important. And also, sitting down and actually having a plan or having a vision or a goal for what you're trying to get to as a couple. Did you guys have did you talk about money or money management before you got married? When you
yeah, we
after
did.
like before you decided you were going to get married, did you have those conversations?
So we did because we were already friends. So he was helping me, like he was helping me, um, like just showing me like how to do it because I'm like I was, I made money, but I didn't know anything about, like I was taught, like my aunts always said, you take money and you stash it under, keep a stash under the mattress or something for a hard, for a hard time. And so I didn't know about, putting money here and snowballing. I didn't know none of that stuff. Like, so yeah, we did have that. Even as friends, we had that conversation.
Yeah, and that's really good. Finances is a major cause of confrontation in marriages and leading up to divorce even. So when we talk to people, we tell them, you need to have those discussions. Ask about their debt. You want to know before you get married. You want to know about this person's debt. You want to know how they spend money, how they are with money. What do they do? If they got money sitting in their pocket, is it burned in their pocket where they got to spend it? Or, if a bill is due, do they just want to pay the minimums on the bill and then go shopping extravagantly and run up more debt? Like these are things you need to know about each other before you get married.
Yeah.
You don't want that surprise.
Yeah, that's so true. A lot of my clients are, they're at different stages in life, and finances is definitely one of the major reasons for divorce. One person, they got divorced because the wife kept spending and accruing debt, and in divorce, the husband took all of the debt. He took all of the debt of his wife, but he did divorce her because they couldn't come to an agreement. So I think it's important. I don't think it's horrible that people have the debt, but if you can't talk about it, if you can't come to an agreement on how, as a couple, you're going to move forward and do things together, then that can be a problem. So, what would you say? It's a two-part question. What is your money style as a couple in terms of how you manage money, and what are some alternatives that couples can look at? So, like some people have one pot as a married couple, and they do whatever they do. So, what's your style, and then what are some options for couples to consider if your style didn't work for them?
So we, like you said, we always tell people there's not one right way because you're going to hear all type of stuff, right? We've met couples that say, we got one account and that's it, or he does all the money, or she pays all the. So how we do it, we have a joint account together. We have our joint business account together, and then we both have our personal accounts. So, but with our personal accounts, he has access to mine if there's anything that, and vice versa. So, and then the joint account that we have together, that's our bills account. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's never a time. Her money is my money. My
Right.
money is her money. So if there's ever a time that she doesn't have money, as long as I have money, she has money, and vice versa. Another thing practice that we put into input, which helps us, is if you borrow money from her, you can't come borrow money from me because that's my money also, or vice versa.
Right.
Because sometimes a friend might say, "Hey, Katie, can I borrow $30?"
Right.
And then they might call, "Hey, can I borrow $30?" Well, she already gave $30. You're done at that point.
And we also set a limit too.
Yeah.
We set a limit if it was 100. Right?
Yeah, $100.
So the kids can't come ask for if it's over 100, we gotta discuss it.
Right. If anybody asks us for money, if it's over, flat out, anybody asks us for money, if it's over $100,
we have to discuss it.
We have to discuss it, and we got to say, "Hey, you know what? Let me talk to Michelle about this." We discuss it because she might say something. She might see something I'm not saying. Hey, listen, they keep borrowing $100 each month, and I know that's your friend, but what's going on? Or they're borrowing money from you, but they just did this and they're posting all over the place. And then if she says no, then the answer is no. I have to go back to that person, and I can't say that she can't say right. I can't say no. Right, and I can't say, "Oh, well, my wife said no, I can't do it." No, I can't do it for you at this time. But I'm like, it's no shifting the responsibility or the blame on the other person. It's just flat out, "Hey, can't do it for you at this time. Sorry."
And one of the things initially that we had to learn to, or that we discuss, is discovering what we consider being broke, or what we consider not having money, right? Because for some people it may be paycheck to paycheck. For others, it might be, I don't want to see my savings go under 5,000. If it goes under 5,000, I start getting anxious and nervous because that's how I am, right? So, but he had to help me to see, when we talk about that, like what is it that you consider before you say, okay, I need to start watching, or I need to start shifting and doing things differently. So, but everything, whatever works best for a couple, we tell them there's no one right way. We've met couples who said, well, the wife will feel like, well, because I have a husband, he has to pay all the bills. Where did that come from? But I mean, if that's what works, that's what works, right? That for us, we're a team.
Yeah. And what's most important, which I always tell the kids is, or anybody who we might coach financially, secure that roof over your head first.
Yeah.
Before we go when we go on vacation, everything is paid before we leave. That way, when we come back, we're not coming back to, well, I just spent the bill money on vacation. No, that's taken care of. The car notes are paid, the mortgage is paid. So we come back, we have nothing to come back to as far as bills. If you have no money in your account and your bills are paid, you're good. If you have no money in your account and your bills aren't paid, that's a problem.
That's a problem. Yeah. Yeah. That's very, very true. I think, like you said, there are different ways that couples can do it, but at a minimum, I feel like there should be a joint account for bills.
100%.
Yeah, figuring out whatever it takes to run the household. Money should be put into that account, whether it's the husband's money or the wife's money or both of their money together. It doesn't matter where the money comes from, but knowing what it takes to run the household and having that set aside, so that, like Kevin was saying, the roof over the head is taken care of, and then you can do the other things. So,
right.
Yeah. So what would you say are your top 3 couple financial goals?
Debt free.
Debt free. growing our business in a way where whatever business we're in, because we diversify, whatever business we're in, that while we're sleeping, our money continues to grow. That's wealth.
Yeah.
Right. While we're sleeping, our money should be making money.
Yeah. I like
And
that.
I think the last one is we always say it, being financially stable to bless others. Like being in a position where we can bless others.
Amen. Amen. That's really beautiful. Y'all really have it together. I think for people out there who are looking for a relationship coach or vision coach or help with moving their relationship into a different direction, definitely consider Kevin and Michele, because it's important that you talk to people who have it together. And a lot of couples, you guys are I won't say you're a unicorn. I think there are a lot of couples out there who are doing the right thing, but there are a lot of couples that are not.
Right.
And the sad part about it is they're in this world.
La La Land.
They're in a la la land. They don't
Yeah.
want to be held accountable for their spending,
Right.
whether it be to their partner or even to themselves. They just don't want to be accountable. So I think it's really beautiful to see a couple that, one, not only is accountable for their finances, but is accountable as a couple, and that you have goals as a couple, that you work together. And, when you do things with your partner working together, you go farther, you achieve more. And the fact that you could just say off the top of your head what your goals were, a lot of couples don't have financial goals. They don't have goals as a couple. So that is really an outstanding thing. So share a little bit about Chase Your Dessert. I know we had a short conversation about it and how it relates to finances, but just in general, how did Chase Your Dessert come about? What is it? Yeah.
So for me, I get anxious whenever he says, because finances is something that we often, it's not like it's a one and done kind of thing, right? So many months we have to revisit, right? It's a new month. Periodically, we're 3 months has gone by. Let's revisit the finances, right? So Chase Your Dessert. When we were dating, we were crazy about each other, right? He was always chasing me, even though he wouldn't let go, but he was still chasing me. So we have to be mindful as couples that we don't get overwhelmed in our goals, because it happens. You get so caught up in work, you get so caught up in, okay, I got to do this, I got this bill to pay. We need to make sure that we set some time apart to have fun. And that's the dessert. And if you're single, you still got dessert, because the same thing applies, right? So your dessert might be, I just want to get out once in a while and have a good time. Like, I just want to go out and just be among some people that's going to make me laugh. So we can't forget to do that and live life while we accomplish our goals. So that's what Chase Your Dessert is all about.
It's about chasing your passions in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things that we're passionate about. For us, it's finances. I was always raised, or I always taught my kids that money's not everything. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for money. So money's not everything. So for us, it's about, we spend a lot of time together. You see her, you see me. You see me, you see her. Even when you don't see me, you see me. When you don't see her, you still see her.
Yeah.
We're passionate about each other, and we're passionate about life itself. Yeah. So Chase Your Dessert. Wow. That business is about providing an experience for people. So we've done things like we've hosted 2 adult proms. The basis behind that is, now in our lives, the person who you may not be with the person who you went to prom with, or you may not have ever gone to prom. This gives you an opportunity to go to your prom. And even with somebody who you're with now, So they have that experience. We hosted a white party, beautiful experience. She actually hijacked that. I'll come back and tell you about that one in a moment. We did a 70s party, we did a sneaker ball.
Yeah.
The white party, she wanted to use that for our anniversary. Great, no problem. So we actually covered the entire expense for that. We paid for everyone. And we came out of our pocket entirely for that event for everybody. Nobody had to pay anything. So we covered everybody's expense. But we continue to provide these experiences because people don't have certain experiences in their life. And they should. They just because we're adults or just because as we get older, we shouldn't be prevented from having those experiences in our life because they're important for us.
And when you go out to dinner, you'll eat a meal. Very rarely do you say, I went somewhere and I spent, let's say, $150, and I remember what I ate, or I remember this. But when you go out and you spend that amount of money and you have a great time, that just sticks. And that's the experience he's talking about.
Yeah. Right, you with an extraordinary expense. Extraordinary experience, rather. Excuse me. Extraordinary experience. It's memorable.
Yeah. That's really cool. I actually had an opportunity to attend one of your events, and my mom was visiting me at the time, and I was like, oh, I invited her to go. I didn't expect her to say yes. She said yes. I was like, that was great. And she had a phenomenal time, right? Just, seeing everybody dressed up and watching everybody have a good time. She had a great time. I had a great time. You all blessed the company. Thank you very much. So it was really, really a lot of fun. So if you haven't had an opportunity, go to their website, chaseyourdessert.com, to get information about their upcoming events. You will have a phenomenal time. They go all out. It's just so exquisite. All the details and the touches, all of the nice touches. It's really a great time. You guys do a great job. A great job.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. One more I forgot. 2 years ago, we also hosted
the breast
cancer awareness walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a team out there walking also at Cooper River Park.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's not just about parties and fun. It's other things that we're passionate about.
Yeah. And so from like a wealth or a financial perspective, how do you see things in relationship to Chase Your Dessert? Like, what does it mean in that respect?
We're chasing our passion, which is to bond and strengthen our relationship with each other, number one.
Yeah.
2, to be financially free. That prompted us to start another company, which is Strong Team LLC. Under that company, that's real estate. That's real estate. Under that one right now, we have 2 rental properties. And we plan on continuing to grow that business, which will definitely, make money while we're asleep. So we're getting into the real estate business. And we've been in that 4 years now.
With the help of Mrs. Clara Lyons-DeVaughn.
Awesome. I think you guys are so cool. I just think what you're doing, the impact that you're having, not only in your own life, but all of the other lives and couples that you are touching through what you're doing, seeing you as an example of what is possible is really, really an awesome thing. And I just can't say enough. I was so excited when you agreed to come on because what you do is so unique. And who you are and who you be is so unique. So, our bishop says all the time, you are that example. People don't have to say, oh, you don't have to say, I'm a Christian if you're walking in a particular way. People see it.
Right.
I saw the love quotient on your relationship before I even met you. So I knew that there was something really special, between the two of you. And now hearing your full story, it just, just confirms what you exude and what you demonstrate as a couple. So tell me about your next upcoming event.
So
what are you doing for Valentine's Day?
We are doing a Hearts
Yes.
and Roses ball.
Yeah.
It is going to be at Elevation Suites
Elevation Suites
in Turnersville, New Jersey. And
Nice.
it is going to be a lot of fun. Like he said, it's an experience. You know, you can go to dinner and you can wait in the lines and for 45 minutes to an hour to be seated, or you could come hang out with us and have a great time. We're going to have a sweets buffet, a candy buffet, DJ, full dinner buffet.
Full dinner buffet,
Yeah.
DJ, prizes, raffles.
Yeah.
Come out, get the full Chase Your Dessert experience.
Yeah.
Tickets are $65 each.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can go online to
Is it
Facebook?
yeah,
Or
Facebook.
Instagram?
And ChaseYourDessert.com. Click on the
Absolutely.
link to register and purchase your tickets there.
awesome?
Look forward to seeing anybody and everybody.
Awesome. Well, is there any last parting remarks that you would like to share with the audience?
No, I would just say it's important. Like you said, finances are very important, and it doesn't have to be a hard topic. Just figure out the way you learn, and that's how you attack it.
Yeah. It's
You might be visual, you might be, let's write it out on a piece of paper, or I need to hear it, but just make sure that both of you fully understand, what's being done. And like you said, everybody, both husband and wife can see it, and just know that it's something. If you want your marriage to be solid, it's one of those things that's up there. It has to be taken care of.
Even to this day, we recently had we're working on a property, and there's a large amount of money was going out. She's like, okay, just go ahead and just handle it. But I was like, no, I want you to understand what's going on. So let me break it down to you. And I had a contractor break it down to her. Yeah. And then that evening I was talking to him, and he was like, I really love the way that you guys did that. He said, I really want that in my life. He said, because you were spending this money. She said, you go ahead and just, don't worry about doing it. But you wanted her to know what was going on. You wanted her to understand, not that you were checking in with her, but you wanted her to understand why we're spending this money, what it was going to do. And you broke it down to her. You wanted to make sure she fully understood that. That's truly your partner. Yeah. That's how we operate.
I love it. I love it. It's like having a date for finances. And I just think that's super sexy. I do. I think when couples come together and talk about, their coins is just a really, really, it's not only sexy, it's powerful. It's powerful in how you move and how you grow. So for everybody out there who's listening, number one, the takeaways I got were have that conversation before you get married, talk about what you got going on with your finances, talk about your styles of how you manage money, and be open to how that's going to transition once you get married, because you can't be an I if you're going to be a we. there's no I in team, right? So you're a team. So and however you put that package together as a team, just having the conversation, being able to be open to hear both sides, each person to have input into the process, and also having agreement with whatever. Something you guys said that was really important was having guidelines for how you spend your money, how you allocate your money, and being a team. I call it the mom and dad. So, the kids can't come at you from opposite sides. If one says it, it's like we both said it. That's really very powerful as well. And then to each other, and same accountability. If once you agree that this is what it is, this is what it is, and it's coming from both of you, not, oh, I'm doing it just for her, I'm doing it just for him, but you're doing it for each other. Yeah. So I think that's really, really.
You thought about it? Yeah. Because to one last thing.
No, go ahead.
One of the things that we learned together, and we focus on that, late fees, interest, that's all free money to these other companies. So we don't pay anything late because late fees is for them. People can get comfortable and say, well, I'll just pay it late. I'm going to do such and such. I'll pay this next month and double up on it. but that's free money. Why are you giving away your money? Interest is free money. So set up a plan to pay things out either interest free and pay it off before then, or set a timeline for when you're going to have this all paid out, so you're not continually paying interest for long periods of time.
Mhm.
That's all free money to whoever you're paying it to. They love you for that. They don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. You're making them money instead of keeping that money for yourself. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Very,
100%.
very, very good point. Very good point. And that's the most powerful thing about what you guys are doing is that you actually have a plan. Like you're really consciously looking at what you're doing with your money, where your money is going, and what you want your money to do for you. I think that
Mhm.
is so important for couples and for individuals. So it's great to see it in the couple setting, to be conscious about your money, where it's going, and what it's doing for you. Yeah,
Yes.
Yep.
indeed, indeed. Awesome. Anything else?
No,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
Well, I want to thank the two of you for joining us today. I want to thank our listeners. I'm sure you got a lot of nuggets today, things of value here at Lyonsview Realty Financial Fridays. We want to give you information, resources, and tips, not only to increase your bottom line, but to increase your wealth quotient so that you do better financially and you build a wealth quotient that's better now and also in your future. So at Lyonsview Realty, we have ESP. And you say, what is ESP? We have expertise, solutions, and patience before, during, and after the sale. We assist sellers, buyers, and investors build wealth, and real estate professionals build careers in real estate. And the other thing I like to talk about is what I call a Lions View lifestyle. So you say, Clara, what is a Lions View lifestyle? It's where you actualize your dreams into reality. It's the possibility of what is available when your life is in order, when your finances are in order, when your health is in order, and when your spiritual mindset is in order. And when you get married, and like the Armstrongs, your love life is in order. So chase your dessert, check them out. We stream live every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check us out on Facebook or YouTube. You can, if you're not watching us live today, you can catch the replay on YouTube. And just keep living your best, your best, your best life. Thank you guys. I appreciate you for being with us.
Thank you for having us. Take care, Clara.